Hello, everyone. So we're gonna jump over here. I just saw this question. The question was, how much, um, how much is your gear worth? And it's tough to get a handle on this. We're gonna look at some of the answers, but some people shoot video and some people shoot drone work. So you see some of these answers, 15K, 20K, but we don't really know what's going on. Here's a 6,500. Um, So just looking through here is a little fun. 100K there. I'm not sure. But I'm going to go through what I think more or less people should be spending on their equipment when they're getting into this and they're very unsure. And everyone's kind of unsure when they start this job, right? Any business you start, you're going to be unsure. It's something crazy like 80, 90% of businesses fail or something. So one of the most important things you can possibly do as you're opening up your business is keeping your costs low, right? This is business. I mean, this is like business 101. The less money you spend, the more sort of leverage you're going to have to be profitable, right? The more money you spend, the more you're sinking yourself into a hole. So we want to get this nice sort of sweet spot where we're spending as little as possible, but we're not digging our business into a hole and putting ourselves under a lot of pressure and just making our life a miserable hell because we're not getting clients quick enough and we've spent $25,000 on equipment and my wife is bugging me about this now. And you don't want to put pressure on yourself, all right? There's no reason to do that. If you want to treat yourself to like some tilt shift lens later on, go right ahead when you have 40 clients and you're turning away people. You see what I'm getting at here? So, yeah, you don't do that when you're starting, okay? So we don't have to pick on anybody here. I want to go through and just give you, with the guidelines I've already stated, I want to give you sort of my ballpark stuff you should be looking into, okay? The equipment you should be looking into that's going to get you in for, I'd say, you're not skimping, but it's basically you're not going to have any drawbacks either, right? So you're not like getting like a camera for $99 and then you're just going to be driven crazy by that, right? It's going to limit you, right? So all right, so you're not going to be limited by any of this equipment and you're going to be able to do everything. And and by the way, if you the equipment we're going to go over is sort of based on my one light course. So I'll just jump over to my website here. Oops, there it is. And yeah, that'll the equipment I'm recommending. It's one of the great things about the way I light things is that you only need one light and one handheld light, and I happen to use a very powerful handheld light, and so it gets me out of all the problems. So this is basically the equipment I'm going to recommend, but we're going to go through it all right now, okay? So let's jump in here, and I think the camera, no matter what system you choose, you want to be spending say 500 to 1,000 on your body. I personally use Nikon, so I understand their system better, and I think this is a great entry level real estate camera. All right, and look, $1,000, and you're getting everything you need. And to go ahead and get a backup body, I would just, you're going to need something to be sort of a backup and just in case something breaks in here during a job. And I would say spending $200 or so on something on Craigslist, and I would look into a D7100, which is great. You're not going to have any problems. It's going to be a backup camera, okay? So I tallied all this up at the end, by the way, so we're going to jump over and see that. I spoiled the surprise. But yeah, those are your backup body, and I put the backup body in the tally, and the body in the tally, so we're going to check all that out. And the lens, okay, this is a great lens. You're not going to have any problems, and we're coming in at under $500, so just get this stuff brand new. You don't know if people have dropped this stuff. I think personally this is more important than the camera body you get, so you want to spend a good amount of money on the lens, and I think this is a really nice sweet spot right here. These are great lenses, these Tokena, and you got a very nice range here. Everything is looking good here, okay? You cannot go wrong with this, and I think this should be sort of gospel. Like, everyone should just get this lens and then a crop body. I don't know why it's not, because there's so many people pushing Sony. What happens nowadays, if you got just a little offshoot here, is these people have these YouTube channels like me right here, and they push stuff like Sony, and then everyone wants it, and they do a very good job. But it's like every time they sell a camera, they make money, right? So it's a little bit biased. So people, it's the whole market is a little bit biased toward buying equipment that's too expensive. In my that's the short way to put it. So here's the light I would recommend you getting. So coming in at 550, you're going to be able to take care of every single thing you could possibly imagine. Once again, using my course and the techniques in here, every situation, every single image on my portfolio was taken with these lights. Okay, every single one, just one light, no light stands, no nothing, just one light. All right, so yeah, that's the light I use, and I don't use this exact one, but it's very similar. I have one that's not available anymore, a Rove Light 600. And here's your trigger, very cheap little thing, so under 50 bucks. So that's just to help you get the signal from your light on your camera. And go ahead and get a nice tripod, okay? This is great, under 500 bucks. I mean, you're coming in, you're getting a carbon fiber tripod under 500 bucks. These are great. And you can find better prices than these, by the way. So that's another thing maybe we'll talk about at the end. There's a few companies, and Benro's one of them. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but another one of them is that company Siri, where you can go to places like Alibaba and they actually have real products, because these companies, some of them are based in China, and you can actually get legit products for a lot cheaper on these places. And eBay, if you're familiar with eBay, you can just go to eBay, and it's going to be coming over from China, but it's actually going to be legit. All right, so you might have to think about that. It's up to you. Same thing with these. You could probably get these for under 100 bucks on like eBay or something. But I would just if you want a peace of mind, just go ahead and get your geared head on B&H, and this will be legit, and it and everything. Okay, so these are great. You need these for real estate. Don't let anybody tell you any different. You need this. Okay, it's a geared head. We won't go all into that, but don't use a bald head. All right. And maybe a case, maybe run you $100 or $200. This might be a little bit big, but if you want to get a drone one day, or you want to sort of grow into it, it's heavy too. I have this one, and it's maybe a little bit too heavy for a lot of you. And so we got the CAMRANGER here, which once again, if you're working like me, you're going to need this. This sort of replaces all your light stands and all your extra 4, 5, 6 lights, right? I've even seen people 10 lights, on one shot. We don't need that. We just need our one light, one single light here, and that's it. All right, and you could probably even get by using a smaller light than this. I just use this because I find it so valuable in so many situations. Okay, so the CAMRANGER is, a lot of people see it as an expense, but it's also saving you a lot of time by not making errors in the field, right? Because you can see things on your iPad as you're shooting. You can, I made an error there. I better correct this with my lighting. If you would have corrected that error at home because you couldn't see that error on your LCD screen, it's going to take you an hour. Okay, so just imagine that CAMRANGER saving you 2 times. Maybe it saved you 2 hours. Okay? I mean, it's already paid for itself, right? And so, all right, now I know there's extra little things, and I may have left out a few things, but that's your base, okay? We can add maybe a knick-knack cost or whatever, I don't know, guess. But this is what I came up with, around $4,000, and I did put it all in there exactly. I put it all in, I put the backup camera, so $4,000, and I think that's a great amount to sort of keep in mind. Maybe you want to have a budget of say $5,000, and you soup up your computer, or you got to have Photoshop, of course, and I think that's $10 per month, and Lightroom. And so yeah, $5,000 to get into real estate photography. And this is the really powerful part of real estate photography, right? The barrier to entry is almost zero. I mean, this is very low. Okay, this is very low, and we're opening up a business with this. Of course, you're gonna have to spend a little on marketing and stuff, but we're just talking here about your equipment that you're gonna need to get started. And so you're gonna have all this under 5,000, I'd say. Don't go crazy. That's not don't forget, you're digging a hole. The more you spend, and the more corners you cut, like I was trying to advise, if you get this off of like eBay, you might save like 50%. Some of these Benro costs are crazy. You think they're fake, but they're not. Anyway, I won't dwell on that too much. But yeah, the cost around $5,000 here for your equipment to get started in real estate photography. I hope that helps some people, because I know there's a tendency to get in this frame of mind where, oh, I got, and people spend double that, triple, quadruple even, crazy stuff, just buying the lenses they don't need and crazy, crazy stuff. All right, for sure, this happens all the time. So hope that helps some people out there. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know if you have any questions or anything. See you next time.